Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Morning Show. Got a great show for you today. Coming off of the big holiday week where we had Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you had safe travels. Hopefully, you had some good times with family and friends and got to bond. Hopefully, you got to step away from work a little bit to enjoy that time. And, hopefully, you got some good food. I think I already said that, but also watch some good football. Not to be too snarky, but there was kind of a big football game here in Texas. Hopefully, your team won. I know which one won. Congrats to the Longhorns. Not a great game, but they're off to the SEC championship at Atlanta this weekend. So pretty exciting for their first year in the SEC. Other than that, I know there was some trauma around the country. I'm looking in the background for Mike's Ohio State. There it is. If you look over his left ear, you can see The Ohio State University. Yeah, not great. But anyhow, that's how it goes, right? It keeps it fun, interesting every year.
I say my only benefit is you also see a University of Michigan. I did go to University of Michigan as well, but I'm an Ohio State fan all the way.
There you go. And let's continue, right? Liberty, who is the preseason favorite for the group of five, lost to Kennesaw State, or I don't know if I'm saying that right because I just learned about that school this year. Anyhow, so they're not in the conversation. But Iowa State grad right here, so Iowa State's in the conversation. Probably not going to happen. And a daughter off to UNLV, and if UNLV beats Boise State, they're in. So now that next game after that, if they would win, that might be ugly, but we shall see. All right, let's get back to what we're going to talk about today. Today is building day after 2.5, almost, well, not quite 2.5 years from the time I signed the contract to the actual day where I get the keys, which they are not in my hand yet, but I anticipate they will be later today because I have furniture folks moving up tomorrow to move all of our office furniture in. So being there today. So really from now on, if you are obviously in the local area, Texas-based, and want to meet at the office, that'll be primary for most of us to do face-to-face. That's why we have it. Come on in, check the place out. It'll be pretty cool. I'll show you something here real quick. And then we will transition from me talking about the building off to the news of the day. And Mike's got an interesting article about CEOs, and a bunch of them have gotten fired, but kind of talking about the highest paying jobs and the highest stress jobs that are out there. So he's going to start about that, CEO trauma, if you will, and then also talking about Amazon retailers and sellers going to TikTok to market their goods. And, they will say the looming ban. I think we would have banned TikTok if we were going to already do that as a government. So I think it's a good talking point. But I'll let Mike peel that back. Before we get started, this financial education presentation, you have to do your own due diligence for acting upon anything you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are Mike and mine alone. All right, let's go to this. This is the development page for the Mayfield Office Park. The front and center building right in the middle of the screen, facing to the lower left, is our building. Again, this is a conceptual picture, but when you pull in, that's the cornerstone, if you will, of what you're going to see. And we own all 4 units there that you're familiar with. That there are still a few units available. I'm going to actually run a special later this week on, if you're interested in a unit, what it comes with, what's the experience like, how it works, blah, 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 all that stuff. But that'll be a separate deal. I will play this very quick. This is an actual drone video. I don't know if the music's coming through or not, but I'll give you about 15 seconds of this. But this is actual, right? So same building. You're looking straight at the front of our building there. And then this whole area off to the right is under construction, which I will go into what that's going to be here shortly. And you have Williamson County Park in the upper left of the screen, and then New Hope and County Road 175. That's all now 4 lanes. The light that's there is now operational. I said, I made demands with the city. Okay, I didn't make any demands. That just happened naturally. But again, this is 4 lanes all the way through, right to the front door of Ankerstar Wealth. Couldn't be more excited about the city's cooperation with that. Check out this drone footage real quick. All right, that's enough of the footage, but you can see them spinning around there. So it is real. It does exist. The grass will be growing soon. Those baby trees will grow up into real trees, and hopefully that portalet will be out of the parking lot here soon that you see. So, all right, I obviously can tell I'm very excited about that. and more to follow. And again, I will be sending out more details about January 1st about our soft opening, if you will, that I've rebranded it to a soft opening because things won't quite be done yet, but we'll be hosting folks here for a football. All right, with that, I'm going to stop sharing and turn it over to Mike so he can tell us all about CEO land and these high paid. You know, I am a CEO, so I'm a little nervous about what he's about to say.
Yes. You know, everybody wants to be the CEO when you hear the pay of them, and you hear someone like Elon Musk or Alex Karp making over $1 billion. Oh, that's a lot of money. Obviously, it's not all salary. Most of it is options for their stock going up. So I thought I'd show the top 10 highest paying jobs. And Steve, as we go through this, we're going to go through all 10 real quick.
Okay.
How many are you qualified to do? Right? Okay. Number 1, CEO. I hope you're qualified.
Qualified.
Qualified. Check. We're good on this one. Number 2, physician, doctor. Not qualified. Down. But obviously very important job. You know, CEOs, and we're going to get into CEOs, get paid a lot, but they get fired a lot. They don't have a lot of job security. As a doctor, I think you do have job security, but it takes lots and lots of education. It says right here, 12 years to start. Wow. Psychiatrist.
Not clinically qualified, but I do say that financial therapy is one of the things we deal with the most.
Yes. Well, another one, it takes 12 years. Now, Steve, you're going to like this next one. Are you qualified? Airline pilot, number 4.
I am fully qualified airline transport pilot, CFII. I can fly everything but the space shuttle, a hot air balloon, and tail dragging aircraft.
And so Steve has moved up from number 4 to number 1 on the list. Good job. Number 5,
Nope.
orals, or nope. Orthodontist.
No.
You know, I always thought the orthodontist, you know, they don't have a lot of stress, but because, I mean, it's not life or death, but it does take a long time. Number 7, a lawyer.
Not officially. I like to argue on behalf of my myself and my people, but not officially.
And look at this one, Steve, coming at number 8. I'm going to just call it engineering manager. Maybe.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm engineering by degree. I wouldn't hire me for that role, but you know, the resume would look good.
And then I'm going to take number 9, computer information systems manager. I have a background in computer science. I'll take that one. And then number 10, nurse. No, that's not us. So anyways, people love to hear about the pay, but I found this article that shows a little bit of the downside. At least 19 CEOs, this was in 2023 or 2023, 19 CEOs died on the job. You know, I don't know if that's, those certainly wasn't S&P 500, but that's certainly a stressful side of it. I thought we should call out. Before we get into today's live topics, Intel CEO fired, gone, out.
Yeah.
Actually, did I say fired? I guess retired is a nice way.
Well, yeah, he retired out of nowhere. So yeah, you know what happened there.
Yeah, and initially, you know, when he retired earlier today, the stock was actually up right at the beginning of the day. It was up like 5%, but since then it's kind of sold off. So, you know, I don't know. It's not that easy to find someone, but this is a phenomenal company in a great industry, semiconductors. I mean, Intel's a great company, you know, well known, and so certainly going somewhere. And then on the other side, I'm going to give you the Stellantis, which used to be, I call it used to be Chrysler. Their CEO resigned today, and you can see the stock sold off 6.8%. You know, I'll just say, you know, a tougher business than semiconductors is automotives, especially automotive that has a lot of, you know, retired employees that you have to pay, and it's not a fresh company. So anyways, just a little view of the CEO highs and lows. So Steve,
I don't like that at all. If you're calling for my, you know, CEO passing away, that's not cool.
No, we don't want to see Ankerstar Wealth stock go down either.
No. Oh, well, thanks for looking out for the stock.
We're always looking out for our stockholders.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. And our other topic I wanted to hit on today, I saw this, and, you know, I use Amazon all the time. I've used TikTok for like 10 minutes of my life. My kids are very much different. So why would Amazon do this? Because there is a looming ban. Even if Steve says there's, it's not going to happen, there's at least it's out there in discussion. But people are selling on TikTok, and I scrolled through this article, and it was very interesting because there was a person in here. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I'll just give you the summary. She runs like an 8-hour live stream on TikTok somehow and sells via that way. And it's like, it's kind of like more like QVC on TikTok. And people log in and get excited about buying things. And, I guess she's made millions, So I don't know. TikTok selling, of course, the ultimate goal, social media, if it's free, if they're not selling you a product, then you are the product and your eyes are the product. And what do they want to do? They want your eyes to want something and to sell you something. So, while we could say, maybe China's goal is to understand all the viewing habits of teenagers, I don't think that's probably it. They probably want to be involved, but, and that's the big thing with TikTok is it's owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. And, but more and more people are going there. And then I wanted to lead into, here's an article on, will the court uphold the TikTok ban? Supposedly, I guess it's already banned, but not really. But the ruling is expected this week. So, Steve, I don't know what you think about that.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance we ban TikTok is my take on it. I mean, and even if we did, it would be reorchestrated. They would literally have, we do have somebody that's a client that used to work for TikTok, and they said that fast they have a U.S. branch that'll rename something real quick and be there in its same, headquartered in the U.S., but it's the same company basically. So there's no way around this. It's here to stay. It won't get upheld or whatever, in my opinion.
I do wonder when the new administration comes in with things like tariffs, things like TikTok, these are going to be thrown out as negotiating, possibly.
Hyperbole is what I call it. And that's how you get elected, is you make a bunch of bold statements about all the stuff you're going to do. But I think once you get into the nuts and bolts of it, that's I don't see any of that stuff playing out. Small tariffs, but with our supply chain that we have tied to China, I mean, we're going to start hurting ourselves just as bad as we would anybody else. So
anyways,
all right,
you heard it here. Good to be a CEO. Good to be in the building. That may be good to be a seller on TikTok. I don't know.
There it is. And I will say this to close for you, Mike. That's great information. And again, I could be wrong. Just because I speak with confidence doesn't mean I'll be right. Right. But I will say, having our daughter off at Alabama, she gets a lot of, she calls it free 99 stuff, where actually folks will send her, and she is on TikTok, doesn't have this huge following or anything, but enough of a following, and her position as in the sorority she's in at the university she's in carries some powers, where she gets stuff for free all the time, as long as she wears it and posts it out at events and stuff. So it really is, and I am on TikTok because I like to kind of know what my children are up to. If they're posting, I should know about it, right? And what it is they're posting. But as I do monitor this stuff, oftentimes it's hard to tell it's an ad, right? Because it's just somebody posting, and then then there's kind of a hook there at the end, or a link or something to where you can buy that sort of thing. So it is kind of hard to tell that you're being marketed to and not just entertained. So that's what we have for your show. It's good to be back in the office for the week. We'll be out at the building tomorrow, so hopefully this will be the last time I'm filming from this particular studio. Everything will look the same to you, but it'll be a different location. I guess I have to assume we have internet. I'm not sure we do. We'll have to, little battles you have to fight. And I do plan on living a nice, long, healthy life, despite Mike's predictions for stress of CEO. So with that, we will let you go, and we'll be back with you guys tomorrow. You have a good one. Bye.